Um, Good morning here in Australia. It's Monday morning. Um, I want to talk about what's happening in North Dakota. Um, I know that I've written about it quite a few times, and I've shared a lot of things on my Facebook about it because I feel it's really important to stay in tuned to what's happening there, to stay updated, to stay educated, and to really dig deeper into your sources to make sure that your sources are valid. One really cool thing is that my mom and sister are going to be there soon, and so I'll actually get like deep, real information, which is awesome. And I'm there in spirit for sure. I'm really been there in my heart. Actually, on Saturday night, I went to a prayer, a dance of prayer for Standing Rock, and in Australia, which is awesome that somebody organized that. And not a lot of people came, um, but enough people came for it to make the prayer really powerful. Um, and not a lot of people know about it in Australia, and I'm really becoming aware of that. And I think one of our main responsibilities in this whole thing is to make sure that people know what's going on, um, because it's so significant. It's so significant to every culture, to every country. Sorry, it's significant to the whole world because it's really happening everywhere. And it's, as I was sitting in this circle of people after we finished our prayer, we kind of just everybody kind of just talked a little bit. And not everybody was from Australia. Some people were from the UK and other places, and everybody was kind of speaking about what was happening from their in their home country that was similar. Right now, it's kind of this like conscious shift is happening, and these big storms and transformations are being called upon. And I guess what I really just wanted to remind myself and others is that we're not only standing for we're not only standing for clean water, which is life. It is life. Clean water. It is the most important thing, um, and we're standing for sacred land that holds sacred medicine, and we're standing for the rights of the indigenous people. But beyond that, we're really standing for a new way of being, and a new truth to um, to unfold and to be allowed in. And I think that this new truth is about being is about really that I think I had talked about this in my last video, that really like ever flowing infinite love, and being able to face fear or face anger with love. And it's it's so easy to get caught up in the frustrations of what's happening there, and because it is frustrating. It's like, you're looking at the situation, and it's there's these people who are only trying to protect their land and protect their water for 18 million people, 18 million people, and they have no weapons. They have children, and they have grandparents and mothers and fathers and sisters, and they're just standing, and they're looking at these militant men with helmets and bulletproof vests and water cannons when it's like below freezing, and mace cans and all of these weaponry, war like tools, and they're prodding, and they're they're trying to make them angry. And I think that it's important to acknowledge the frustration and acknowledge the anger, but it's also really important to be able to find yourself in a space of understanding. And it might be difficult, but to really understand that these people don't know, And yeah, it might be that they're choosing not to know, and it might be that there's a lot of ignorance involved or whatever it is. But the fact of the matter is that they really don't know. And they are stepping to the walk or to the beat of someone else's drum. And they're not being called upon to look at the situation in a way that is like open-minded, I guess. They're just following orders. These people are just following orders. And what happens if we now respond with violence and anger and frustration is we lose the game, because that's what we're standing for. Because you can't fault it. You cannot fault it if somebody's coming at you and you are literally understanding why they're coming at you, even if you know it doesn't really align, or even if it's, you know, it does feel like time is ticking. You know, it feels like, hey guys, we don't really have a lot of time here, and you really need to wake up. But they can't fault compassion, and they cannot fault standing in love. They are waiting for a reason to fight blindly. And this is how war has gone on for years and years and years, is violence being responded to with violence. And then it's just an ever going circle. So I think that this is going to bring, it's going to bring confusion for the people who have been paid and you know, told to do these things. It's going to bring confusion for them, but in the end, if we can really stand in that love and compassion and understanding, eventually they're going to have to question what they're doing. But if we now, and I'm saying this because this is a conscious movement, and these people who are standing, actually physically standing at Standing Rock right now, are tired and frustrated, and they're weak, and they're running out of, medical help, and they're running out of supplies, and they don't know what they're going to do, and it really does feel like time is ticking. And this is a conscious movement, and everybody is connected. Everything is connected, and so our thoughts are so powerful for them right now, and what we're thinking and what we're saying, and what when we're singing or when we're praying or when we're dancing in their name, we do not want to dance in anger or frustration. We really, really want to dance in love and compassion. And it doesn't have to be that you can't acknowledge the frustration of it. Of course, it's a frustrating situation, but acknowledge it and observe that within yourself, and then stand for the transformation of what we're really here for, because this is such a significant thing that's happening, and it's happening everywhere, and it's happening in our day-to-day lives. This is something that we need to take into our day-to-day lives. There's people and there's things that happen in our life that just poke and they prod, and they are asking for you to just step out of your journey of transformation, and it's asking you to just respond the way that we've always responded. And it's like, almost, we think it's instinct, but it's not. It's something that we've learned. It's something we've learned as a survival mechanism to fight back. But what if we didn't fight back? What if our way of fighting back became standing for their transformation, for the person in front of you, for these people in front of you, for whatever it is that's in front of you that's poking and prodding, like you really, really standing in love and compassion and possibility for their own transformation, and also having the ability to observe and look at those instincts within ourselves, and letting that first instinct of fight or flight pass over, and acknowledging it and seeing it and like saying, hey, thanks for coming. And then letting it pass over and letting that second instinct come in of understanding, love, and compassion, because we really do have the ability to come from a place of understanding for anything that anybody has ever done. And I know that seems like it's impossible, but we really, really do. You have to understand that everybody is living in such a way that it correlates with the experiences that they've had in their life. And they haven't had the same experiences as you, and they haven't been shown the same things as you, and they're on their own journey and their own path, and they can't do it alone. And responding in a fight or flight manner, or responding in anger, is pushing them back and making them feel even more alone, and prolonging their journey of transformation. And we want everybody on the other side. You know, we don't want to leave anybody behind. That's our job. It's our job to take responsibility for every human being that's in our presence and in this, you know, conscious movement right now. And whether you are aware of it or not, you're involved in it. You're in it. And it's unfolding for everyone. And so yeah, I guess I think it's just as important to realize that these people, these militant people standing or fighting against the people of Standing Rock, are just as involved in the conscious movement, and we have to take just as much responsibility for their transformation as we do for the transformation and the movement that Standing Rock is standing for. So, yeah, so just please, 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 you know, and do this in your everyday life, in every situation when things come at you. Just let it pass over. Just take a moment, acknowledge frustration, and let it pass, and let that second instinct, or whatever you call it, come in to understand, or not even, you don't even have to understand, to just love anyway. You know, it's like, almost like I said in my last video, when fear is there and you're, you know, standing in fear, but you walk anyway. It's like stand in frustration, stand in anger, and love anyway. And yeah, please, like, send yours. The vibrations that we send them right now are going to be, it's like the make or break. So please send love to both sides, send compassion, really see the transformation. Like I've been, you know, in the dance that I did, and I've done a lot of meditations in between here and there, just really getting present to what's going on. But in that dance on Saturday night for Standing Rock specifically, as I was dancing, I was going, this is me, but I was going down the line of the militant men, and I was really, really just seeing them, and I was saying, I love you, but you shall not pass. I love you, but you shall not pass. And I just kept going down the line and telling, and really feeling it though, not just saying it. You know, like I've had that. It's hard because it's like, you know these things, so sometimes it can get easy to get caught in the knowing, or the intellect of it, rather than the actual, like, really true knowing of it. So sometimes it's like when I'm in a dream and I know that I'm supposed to tell my shadow that I love it so that it can go away, but really I'm just scared shitless, so I'm saying, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'm like, I don't mean it, you know, I'm like, just disappear already. It's like that. You don't want to say what you're not really feeling. You really want to acknowledge the way you're feeling, and then really allow that compassion and love to come forth and really call upon it. So yeah, I was trying to make this video not so long, but it ended up being pretty long. So anyways, thank you. I love you guys, and send love. Send love beyond what we think we're capable of sending, because it really does make a difference. Okay.